presents the Pro Billiards Tour. From the Holiday Inn in Chesapeake, Virginia, it's the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. In today's semifinal matchup, Efren Reyes from the Philippines takes on Tony Ellin from South Carolina. Welcome inside the Chesapeake Holiday Inn. All these folks jam-packed in here to watch the third major on the Pro Tour. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Woloshin. Nice to have you with us. This is the 19th United States Open, which makes it very special. This is the longest-running tournament in the history of the Pro Tour. And we're excited about it, that's for sure. In fact, it started with 88 players a few days ago. We are down to the final 4. They are vying for $15,000. We bring in our analyst, Ellin Hopkins. It really takes experience to do well in this tourney.
Well, we've had 19 years of experience. Barry Berman's been running this event that long. And it's also not only the longest event, it's also the toughest event to win. And the way history shows that is because only 11 guys have won this tournament.
Experience definitely will pay off. Hey, we've got a contrast in styles for sure. We start with the magician from the Philippines, Efren Reyes.
He's called the magician because of his cue ball control. You'll see a lot of spectacular shots from Efren. He kicks at balls and stops the cue ball when players can't imagine how he stops the ball. Then he uses a lot of English on the cue ball and makes it do things that even the public is amazed by.
That's one style. The other style is power. They call Tony Ellin Hurricane, and he makes wind when he uses that thing, doesn't he?
Hurricane Tony Ellin, definitely. Tony, you never know when he's going to explode out of the gate. He's got such a powerful break that at any time he could run 4 or 5 racks, even the set out. So we're going to see a good match here.
In the quarterfinals, he did knock the 9-ball in on the break, so you never know what to expect. It should be terrific. The contrast in styles, Reyes and Ellin comes your way in just a moment.
I think if you've seen the matches that he's played and came in second, he really didn't get much of a chance.
His ranking, by the way, 8th in the world, but he's only played in about half the events. For instance, Tony Ellin has played in, I think, all the events, and yet he's just 3 places ahead of Efren, so that says something there, too.
Definitely, Dave. To play in all the events, actually, to play in all of them is a lot tougher because you're playing in every event, and you have to keep finishing high. So you have to take your hat off to Tony because he plays in every tour event we have, and he's still ranked high.
You analyze these two gentlemen's breaks. Does the advantage slightly go to Tony?
I believe Tony breaks the balls better than Efren, yes, and I think that's going to be a big part in who wins this match. As you see right there, Tony has broke the balls perfect. The cue ball is placed right in the middle of the table, and he has made the 1 ball on the break, and here's the 2 ball. He has a nice shot.
Any trouble on this table as you gaze?
Tony has a nice layout. As you can see, the 7-9 right here, that could be a little tricky, but I think Tony will be able to handle it. He'll play the cue ball basically in the middle of the table, the whole rack here. Bringing it back up for the 5 ball. Now he'll want to get straight in on the 6 ball. He's going to play the 6 ball in this corner after he makes the 5. And the reason for that is because of where the 7 ball is. So right now he's going to play the cue ball to be straight in on the 6.
Almost looks like a violin. The bow underneath the chin, and he plays it like an instrument, doesn't he? That was a nice clean shot, and he sets himself up perfect. You see the balls that remain?
Notice he's straight in. He'll pocket the 6 ball and stop the cue ball right there for the 7 ball. Play the 8 ball in the side pocket. He's elected to go to the side pocket, and most likely he'll draw the cue ball back down where the cue ball is right now. He'll bring it back down there, or just stop there for the 9. Whatever he feels comfortable doing. I think he'll draw the ball back, hitting it low. Come backwards for the 9 ball in the corner. He's perfect. Cue ball bounce off the rail.
He set himself up perfectly, and he puts it away in the early lead in the race to 9 for Tony Ellin. I'm wondering if you're Efren Reyes, you're thinking, every time television comes on, some guy gets hot and Earl Stricklands me like he did in Las Vegas at the World 9-Ball Championships. But
this is common for him. Here he is sitting in the chair, and he's not getting a chance. But you know, as you get closer to the finals, the players are playing better, and it's a different plateau of playing ability. Then players seem to be playing a little better than what they've been playing all week during the tournament. So Tony's break has really been working great. He hits the one ball very solid and very hard. And notice the cue ball right there in the middle of the table. He's pocketed the 8 ball. But he's got a bad break. The 7 ball is blocking his shot to the 1 ball. Now here, if he had had a shot, if the 7 ball wasn't here, Tony would have a nice layout on the table to run out. But because the 7 is there, Tony's probably going to push out. Push out is allowed only after the break. You can do it 1 time. What he'll do is he'll push the cue ball to a spot where his opponent can either play a safety or play a shot or elect to give the shot back to Tony. So Tony will try to push the cue ball in a difficult spot right now.
One of the aspects of Tony's game we really saw in evidence in the quarterfinal against Buddy Hall was his ability to play the safety. Everybody talks about the touch that Efren Reyes has, but he was masterful against Hall in the quarters.
You can't get this far without playing good safety. Safeties is very important. I imagine Efren will not give the table up. He'll come to the table and elect to play a safety.
Well, there's the push out. You only get the 1 per game after the break.
Yes.
And it's a tricky shot because if Efren chooses not to take it, if you make it too difficult, then it's yours to deal with.
Imagine what Efren's ability of controlling the cue ball. Notice his control behind this ball right here. Isn't that perfect? Makes a great shot there. Now Tony will be forced to shoot a kick shot. He'll either kick at the ball or he'll go to a rail. Now kicking at the ball means he'll go to a rail. He'll either go to this rail over here, or he'll come into this rail, come over here and try to hit the 1. Or he'll elect to jump over the 2. Now it looks like he's going to kick to the far rail. We call it a kick shot because he's making the cue ball hit a rail first and then trying to hit the 1 ball.
That's really one of the techniques that the man from the Philippines has mastered. And didn't he, when he really came over several years ago, introduce that strategy, that type of thinking to the American players?
Well, Tony's missed an easy kick. I was surprised at that. Tony should have hit that ball. When the Filipinos came over to the United States, they introduced a way of kicking at balls where you try to play safeties and you also kick to make them. And they showed a lot of the players over here their expertise in doing that. Efren has a nice layout now. He's got ball in hand.
And when you have ball in hand, about 90-95% of the time, you'll run the table. He didn't have to move the ball too far. He put it perfectly to where he wanted to go. 2 down, 7 to go. And is there any trouble that you see?
No, he's got a nice shot on the 2 ball. He's straight in the pocket to stop the cue ball as he did. The 4 ball's laying over here against the rail, so he's going to bring the cue ball over for the 4 ball.
Well, he stopped that on the dime.
Nice position. His speed is perfect. Most likely hit the 4 ball very easy and play the 5 ball in this corner down here. See, he's got the straight in shots. Notice where the 6 ball is. He'll leave himself an angle on the 6 ball so that he can come up table for the 7 ball. He made the 8 on the break.
When you play at this level, you think about 3 shots ahead.
Well, it depends, Dave, on the table. If the table's laid wide open like that, we're planning basically almost the whole rack out. Especially if there's a trouble ball, we know what shot we're going to break it open on and stuff. Efren will play the cue ball up toward the middle of the table. 2 rails out, up in the middle of the table. He's got a nice angle on the 7 ball.
One thing about Efren, you never know if he's up or down. He never changes his expression.
He's going to draw the cue ball over to the side rail and back out the middle of the table for the 9 ball over to the side rail. There it comes. Perfect.
Some of the players earlier had trouble gauging speed, not Efren Reyes. And isn't it ironic how the break can make you or literally break you? That's what happened in that. The 7 ball did in Ellin, and Reyes took advantage. We're knotted in Virginia. Efren Reyes chalking it up and getting ready. Tied 1-1, first semifinal at the U.S. Open.
Dave, watch his wind up on this break. He pulls the cue way far back and follows through. great break he has. Keeps the cue ball under control, brings it over to the rail, and he has made 2 balls on the break. It's a nice break. He's got the balls wide open, but he's got a kind of a bad break here because the 1 and the 3 are kind of close together. It looks like he's going to play the 1 in this corner and possibly hit the 3 ball in also. The 2 balls by the side, so he'll have no problem with position.
Got the 1 to go and brings it back to 0 in on the 2, and the 3 hits kind of make a move toward the hole to tease you, wouldn't go.
Now he's concerned about the 5 and the 9 ball. Okay, they're a little close together. He wants to make sure he gets the right position on the 5, so he'll probably play the 2 and then play position and leave an angle on the 3 ball so that he can play the cue ball in the middle of the table. He'll want to bring the cue ball up here somewhere for the 5 ball, making sure that the 9 ball's not in the way.
You talked about the way his stroke works. It's a little unorthodox. It may be like a Chichi Rodriguez or a Lee Trevino.
It's a different windup than most of us players are used to. Now he's played the cue ball a little bit farther than the center of the table. He wanted to make sure he had a shot. He wasn't taking a chance of the 9 ball being in the way, so he played position for the opposite corner, which was a good choice. So bring the cue ball in the middle of the table, up a little farther.
I guess it doesn't matter really how you wind up as long as that thing hits it right, huh?
Well, he's got the 7 near the side pocket, so he knows he doesn't have to be perfect because he can always play. He can always make the cue ball go to the rail and play position if he has to. Come down 2 rails, back up for the 8 ball. And he's hit this shot perfect.
Efren had to sit and watch as Ellin ran the table in the first game, and since that time, after a tough break and a beautiful safety by Efren Reyes, all Tony Ellin could do was watch as the magician has gone to work and now takes a 2-1 lead.
So that was a tough break for Tony. He broke the balls and didn't get a shot on the 1 ball. He was forced to push out and left Efren an opportunity to get to the table and take control of the table.
He's the captain of Team Philippines. They really respect this gentleman. In fact, some consider him the father of the game over there.
Definitely. He's the best player over in the Philippines. Did you know, Dave, that I was a captain of Team America?
I do now.
Now you do.
I know that you were instrumental in the progression of this tour. The 8 ball did go down.
He's made a nice break again. He's made 2 balls on the break. If he keeps doing this, he's going to be impossible to beat. He's got a nice shot on the 1 ball. He'll play the cue ball. He'll play the 1 ball in the corner and bring the cue ball back out for the 2 ball on the side.
Everything wide open here.
Low right-hand English I use here. 1 back out in the middle of the table. It's a 2 ball.
Absolutely ideal.
He's going to have to come back to the bottom rail, it looks like, unless he can hit this real easy. It looks like he can play it real softly. He does. He leaves himself an angle on the 4 ball. The reason he does that is because he wants to bring the cue ball off the rail and back out in the middle of the table over here for the 5 ball.
And the pros prefer a slight angle, don't they? They can do more with the cue ball, bringing it back.
It helps you to play position easier. Okay, you notice he'll leave himself an angle on the 5 ball. And he'll play the 5 ball in the corner, and he'll use left-hand English and bring the cue ball over to the other side for the 6 ball in the same pocket. He's hit a little harder. He's coming back over for the other pocket. But I didn't like that he might have got straight in. If he gets straight in, now he could have a problem. But he doesn't. He has an angle. He'll bring the 6 ball up toward the side pocket for the 7 ball. Notice he wants to get straight in because he has the 9 ball where he can play in the other corner and just stop the cue ball.
And he does, and this one is just about completed. Reyes looking very, very sharp. So he gets 3 in a row and takes the advantage. The master from the Philippines over Ellin, 3-1.
Ava Mataya on one of America's fastest growing sports.
When I play, I concentrate only on the game, and to do my best, it's important that the table is consistent and accurate. It all has to come together to be the best, and for me, that's Brunswick. Their tables are well made and beautifully designed. Whether competing in tournaments or having fun with family and friends, remember, the game is billiards, and the name is Brunswick.
Brunswick, a tradition of excellence since 1845.
Sometimes I'll go out in disguise so I can blend in and find out what people really want. Turns out they want great tasting food for free. Dream on! But at Jack in the Box, you will find 6 Supreme Value combos starting at $1.99. You get fries, a drink, and classics like my grilled sourdough burger, the Chicken Supreme, and the one and only Jumbo Jack.
Excuse me, do you make balloon animals?
Sorry, I'm the head of a billion-dollar company.
In the end, it all comes down to one great play, that single decisive moment when the incredible becomes reality. Now it's time to choose the best of the greatest, the ESPY Award, given in recognition of exceptional performance. Tune into SportsCenter or hook up with ESPN Net on Prodigy to cast your vote for the outstanding plays and performances of 1994. The ESPY Awards, presented by General Motors and MasterCard. This time, you make the call.
Welcome back to Chesapeake, Virginia. We're inside the Holiday Inn. Semifinal number 1 of the U.S. Open. Efren Reyes from the Philippines over Tony Ellin, 3-1.
He's really been breaking them well.
On the break, the 9-ball in the middle, the 1-ball up front, and after that, you can put the balls anywhere you want. Boy, he's shaking his head. I don't think he's happy with that.
He didn't make a ball. That's what he's unhappy about. He stopped the cue ball perfectly in the middle, off the middle of the table, a little bit to the side, but that's okay as long as it's off the rail and where you can have a shot. Tony looks like he has a cut shot on the 1 in the corner, in play position, over to the side pocket for the 2-ball. He's hit that perfect.
Any other trouble spots? We see the 2 is an easy shot for him.
Well, he's got the 3-ball down here, and the 2-ball right here. What he'll want to do is he'll play the 2-ball in the corner and draw the cue ball up a little bit for the 3-ball. Now, he's got to give himself an angle for the 4-ball because he doesn't have the 5-ball's in the way of playing the 4-ball in this corner. So what he's going to do is leave an angle on a 3 to come up from the 4-ball. He should draw this back a little bit. Look out. That's a great shot.
Yep.
He played position for the 3-ball on the side. He elected to give himself a bigger angle so that he could get on the 4-ball.
Race to 9, you don't want to fall too far behind. Already down 2. Ellin knows this is an important game.
That's a great shot right there. He used low right-handedness, drawing the cue ball to the rail and back out to the 4-ball.
And the crowd here very appreciative of that. This is one of the more knowledgeable crowds that you get on the tour.
They've been coming here for 19 years, Dave. They know the game. They also know the players. They know what players are favorites and what players been playing in this tournament for the last 19 years.
They even know tendencies. The chatter in the crowd last night was interesting, to say the least.
Tony's got a nice layout. He's got an angle on the 5 to come back out for the 6-ball. It's perfect. Notice he keeps giving himself an angle. 9-ball is a game of angles. You want to play mostly for angles so you can move the cue ball around the table.
Ellin, only 29, from Hollywood, South Carolina, single. Ladies. He's won 30 satellite titles, so he's been around a while.
Yes, we have sanctioned events all around the country that are AAA and AA events, and Tony has won a lot of them.
Makes it look easy. And all he needs is a simple shot on the 9-ball to draw within 1 of Efren Reyes. (3-2), that's the score. Now, in Las Vegas at the World Championships, each player would rack his own balls, which you would think would be a nice advantage if you're talented in that regard. Here, you have a referee who does it. Does the player prefer to rack his own balls?
I think so. The reason being because you can make sure the balls are racked tight. With a referee racking them, they might not all be tight. So we like to protect ourselves and make sure the rack is tight to stop the corner ball from going in. If you notice, a lot of times the 2 corner balls go in the pocket a lot. Wow, did he hit them hard.
He hit him hard. The cue ball's in the middle, but nothing went in, similar to what happened with Efren Reyes the last time. Now, chart it out for us.
That was a great break. I think what happened there on the break, besides being the layout of the table, Tony hit those balls too hard. He actually knocked the balls around the table so they wouldn't win the pockets. Efren's got a nice shot on the 1 ball. He'll come up just a little bit off the rail and play the 2 ball in the side pocket. Oh, he's elected to play the 2 ball in the corner.
Any trouble that you see after that?
No, he's got the 3 ball down here, so he'll bring the cue ball back in the middle of the table where his hand is right now for the 3 ball.
Exactly as you drew it up.
Perfect.
Don't give this guy an opening, because I'll tell you what, he'll take advantage.
He has a really nice layout here. The cue ball, he'll bring the cue ball back up in the middle of the table.
Reyes doesn't look like he's too happy with the layout.
He wanted a little bit more of an angle, but he'll be okay. He'll draw the cue ball in the middle table. He must have got straight in on the 4 ball. It caused him to not have the angle to bring the cue ball to the middle table. Remember, I was just saying you want angles on the balls. But he really cuts the balls in well, and I believe he'll cut the 5 ball in the corner and be okay. He'll use right-hand English on the cue ball.
You say right-hand English. Oh, wouldn't go.
Wow, he's overcut the ball. That's a shot you don't usually see Efren miss. That's one of his favorite shots.
Right-hand English means you hit it on the right side of the ball, right?
Yes.
Boy, and Ellin, did he, I mean, don't waste a second. Don't blink, because he pounces upon the moment.
Well, he was glad to be at the table.
Yeah. Efren is a bit upset with himself in the corner.
Yeah, they hit the shot very thin, and he just overcuts the ball just about an inch, and it just catches the point and stays out. Tough break. Speed is very important here. You got to watch out for the 8 ball.
That 8 ball's going to be in the way.
That was a mistake he shouldn't have made.
He knows it. Did you see how suddenly Efren Reyes sat up straight in the corner?
I don't think Efren can believe that Tony did that. Tony looks like he's going to play a safety here, unless he can make it. Can't tell from here.
He's not sure either. He has to back off and take another look.
In any instance, he's not happy about what he did. That was a mistake he shouldn't have done if he can't make it. He banked it, and he's playing safe at the same time if he hit it hard enough. I don't know if he's hit it hard enough. Watch out for the white ball. Notice the 7 ball. Notice the 7 ball. The 7 ball is still close to the pocket. Tony wanted the 7 ball out here. So he's left that from a shot at the 7 ball. Not an easy shot.
Difficult shot.
It's difficult because it's 9 foot long.
Doesn't matter. And the first smile of the day for Efren Reyes.
He's happy to be at the table.
Efren Reyes got a break, a missed safety, and the Magician takes the 4-2 lead. We're back to Chesapeake in a moment.
Pool the Master's Way and learn from the best. 2 of America's favorite instructional videos are now available only through this special TV offer. Get tips from Steve Miserak, Pretty Boy Floyd, Iwo Mataya, and other pool greats. Now, for a limited time, you can order both videos for the price of one. Learn the secrets of breaks, banks, defense, position, angles, and trick shots like the Massey and the jump.
Take it from me, The Miz. When you purchase Pool the Master's Way and learn from the best, you'll learn everything you need to know how to shoot pool like a pro. With these 2 tapes, you can do almost anything. Except beat me.
World champion Steve Miserak takes you through the best ways to improve your game. Call the number on your screen and we'll send you this wonderful 2-video cassette collection for just $19.95 plus postage and handling.
2 for the price of 1? How can you go wrong?
These videos have never been offered together and are only being offered for a limited time. Call now. Have your credit card ready. An operator is waiting for your call. Sorry, no CODs. Call now.
Indoor Soccer Saturday on ESPN 2. It turns your living room into a rec room.
Welcome back to Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm Dave Woloshin along with Alan Hopkins. The first semifinal of the 1994 U.S. Open, and Efren Reyes has a 4-2 lead on Tony Ellin. Ellin led 1-0, and Reyes then grabbed the lead and doesn't want to let it go.
Oh, Efren's let the cue ball fly. You notice the cue ball went around 3 rails, and I think he's going to get a bad break here because he's made a ball on the break, but the 7 ball is tied up right in front of the 1 ball where Efren cannot make it. So he's going to either play a safety or push the cue ball out. Now he may play a safety, bringing the cue ball over to the rail and just touching the 1 ball, and then bringing the cue ball back up behind the 7 ball.
That appears to be a very difficult shot to make.
This is what I was talking about, his kick shots, playing a kick safety. I believe he'll play this very easy. I don't think he'll hit this right, unless he spins the cue ball and tries to bring it back up table, but I think he's going to hit, oh, he hit it hard and he wants to bring the cue ball back up table. I think he elected the wrong way of playing it, but he's gotten away with it. He brought the, notice the cue ball. Notice the cue ball.
It appears, though, it's blocked by several balls to get to the number 1.
Yes, I think he made a good choice there. I take that back because the 1 ball went over, but notice the cue ball where he placed it. Excellent placement of the cue ball. Tony's going to be forced to kick at the 1 ball. I believe he'll kick medium speed. Oh, and he
missed it. So ball in hand for Reyes.
Yes, you must hit the lowest number ball on the table first. Tony must hit the 1 ball there, and if he misses the 1 ball, now your opponent has ball in hand anywhere on the table he wants. Now, Efren really doesn't have a good shot at the 1 ball. Even though he has ball in hand, he'll be forced to play the 1 ball in this corner down here. The 2 ball is right by the side, so he'll be okay.
If he makes this shot, other danger?
Well, he also has this pocket, and I think he's elected to go to that corner. So if he makes the shot, no, he'll have a nice shot at the 2 ball and have a nice layout. He should run the table if he makes the 1 ball.
Got it.
And he's perfect. Notice he's straight in on the 2 ball. He's straight in because he only wants to bring the cue ball back in the middle of the table for the 3 ball.
In a race to 9, one figures games 7, 8, and 9 become very important.
In a race to 9, Dave, every game is important. Well, that's because the set can be run out at any time. You never know when you're going to get back to the table and have a shot. Efren bring the cue ball back in the middle of the table. He'll want an angle on the 4 ball because he has to get position on the 6 ball. He doesn't want to be straight in.
Has a slight angle here.
I think he's going to be forced to go to the rail and back over to the other side of the table for the 6 ball. Perfect. He'll bounce off the rail, so he's not on the rail. He's got a nice layout here. I'm going to make a prediction and he gets out here, Dave.
You're not being too bold, are you? Everything wide open and where he loves to be, right in the middle. Efren Reyes. Doesn't miss a trick and doesn't miss many shots either.
For the folks at home, Dave, if there's one thing they could learn by position, playing the cue ball in the middle of the table helps you to run out easier. Notice his foot up in the air. See his foot up in the air? That's for balance. You want to be balanced when you shoot.
We'll be back with more from the U.S. Open 9-ball championships right after this. We told you this tour, the greatest players in the world. Nick Varner, number 1. He's in a semifinal. You'll see later. Earl Strickland, who won the World Championship 2nd. Then Archer, Siegel, Ellin, Martinez, Wiley. There's Efren Reyes, Kim Davenport, and Howard Vickery. That's a who's who in the game today. In the meantime, there's Tony Ellin from Hollywood, South Carolina. Down 5-3 to Efren Reyes, but the big guys got the break.
It's another great break. Where's the 2 ball? He made the 1 ball on the break. The 2 ball's rolling around. Looks like it's going to go on top of the 6 ball. You get lucky. Maybe he has a combination in the corner pocket. He may have 2-6 combination in the corner pocket. He's looking at it now. If he does, that's a good break for him.
I don't think he's necessarily too pleased with the way these things worked out. In the quarterfinals against Hall, he was magnificent on the break. He's had a tough road to hoe so far in this match, but that nice combination goes.
I didn't like what he did there. He let the cue ball go into those balls, and he's actually hit himself from the 2-ball. Now the 2-ball's over here, and now he's forced to shoot a kick shot. He's going to jump shot.
6 already out of there, but he's got to get to the 2.
He elected to shoot a jump shot there, which I thought was the wrong choice, because even if he had jumped over the ball, he probably would have went off the table with the cue ball.
Well, it's another ball in hand opportunity. We have seen what this is the 4th ball in hand in this match. We're in game 9.
It's unbelievable, because you might play 4 or 5 matches without ball in hand that many times. Efren has a great layout here. Once he gets on the 4 ball, it's an easy layout. He's perfect on the 4.
You saw that jump shot. They used to have a cue that you could use for that, and they've outlawed it. You really have to be pretty talented to use it with a normal cue, don't you?
Yes, the Pro Billiards Tour has outlawed the jump stick. In other words, you may use your own cue, but you cannot have a jump stick.
What was that stick like?
Well, some of them were shorter. Most of them were actually shorter. Some of them looked like a broom handle and stuff. I mean, it was getting a little bit ridiculous. And
you didn't need the skill that these guys possess to do that, and it was unfair for a guy who really can make that shot without a specialty stick.
Yeah, I happen to think that Don Mackey, the commissioner of the Pro Billiards Tour, made a good choice there in saying that we should not use jump cues anymore.
Well, didn't the players have some say in that as well?
Yeah, they did, but I think that Don, it was his idea. He thought it was getting a little bit ridiculous, and I think he brought it to the Pro Billiards Tour board and the MPBA, and the players voted on it, and we took it out.
Well, you don't give Reyes too many chances. This is the 3rd ball in hand he's had in 3 games. And he walks away the winner 6-3. So he's 3 away from making the finals of the U.S. Open. But there is still plenty of pool to be played. Remember, Ellin's whole tournament has been coming from behind or playing close matches, going to the very end. All these have been races to 13 other than these semifinals and finals. And he's never let up when he's been down, but he does look a little perplexed at the moment.
He's not happy, Dave. I can tell you that. He's made a few mistakes that he shouldn't have made. Jeffrem's follow through. That follow, he goes through about 10 inches. He's made 2 balls on the break, and he's got a nice shot. He's got a nice shot at the 1 ball. The 1 ball's right here, and the 2 ball is over here. So he's got a nice shot on the 1 ball, and he'll bring the cue ball back out in the middle of the table for the 2 ball.
That 9 ball almost snuck in as well.
He'd have liked that.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that. He's going to hit this with low right English. Notice he's cueing the cue ball low right hand English.
What does that make the ball do? Although we just saw it, explain how that shot works, because that was pretty.
Yeah, well, what it'll do, it'll come off the rail, and it'll bring the cue ball back up toward the 2 ball. That's what the right hand English does. And the draw will help it come off the rail and up. He's made a nice shot there. He hit the 9 out of the way and got a shot on the 2. It was a good break for him.
1, 2, 3, and 4 are gone. He tries to set himself up now for the 5.
Yes, it looks like a nice layout here, right? He's got the 5 ball straight in, and the 2 ball, he'll play, I mean the 6 ball, he'll play an angle on the 6 ball so that he can come back up in the middle of the table. He's got the 5 ball here and the 6 ball. He'll leave an angle for the 6 ball so he can bring the cue ball off the rail and back out up here for the 7 ball. Notice him drawing the cue ball back. And I believe he'll come out 2 rails in the middle of the table. Unless he wants to draw the ball. It's hard to tell from here. 1 rail.
2. Oh.
There it is, 1 rail. Okay, it's okay. If he'd had more of an angle, he'd have been okay.
Wide open and in the middle, and that usually means victory for Efren Reyes.
Hit that one kind of weak. He wanted to draw the ball back a little bit more. He's left himself a long shot on the 8 ball, but I believe he'll play the 8 ball in and just draw the cue ball over to the side, by the side pocket somewhere.
Got it right back.
Beautiful shot.
Mm-hmm.
What a touch he has. Very nice touch.
Efren Reyes creeping ever closer to 9. A big lead over Tony Ellin. It's 4 now, 7-3. Chesapeake, Virginia, the 1994 U.S. Open Championships. Efren Reyes in semifinal number 1, putting on a display here of how you play this game. A commanding 7-3 lead, and the Filipino has the break.
Notice the cue ball. He let the cue ball get away from that time. He didn't hit the one ball square, but he's made a, looks like he has not made a ball on the break.
Looked like it was going to go, but it hung on the pocket and then bounced away.
Notice the cue ball and the one ball. It's a long shot for Tony Ellin, but if he can make it, the 2 balls over here by the side pocket, he should be okay.
Any other trouble spots on the table as you look overhead?
Well, he's concerned right now about this 3-9. Okay, the 3-9 and tied up, so Tony's got a very tough layout here because he doesn't have a shot or pocket for the 3 ball.
Did go. Whoa, did he need that break?
And he wants an angle on the 2 ball so he can come down and possibly maybe break the home, but I think he's going to come down and just play a safety. Unless he has a combination. If he has a combination with the 3-8, that's what he's looking at right now. If he can make the 3-8. And I don't believe he has a pocket for the 3 ball. I think he's either going to play a combination or a safety his next shot. I think you're going to see Tony play safe.
Efren Reyes thinks so too. He just stood up.
Trying to bring the cue ball behind the 8 ball. And he's executed it perfect. And notice the 8 ball's in the way of the 3 ball. So Efren will kick at this ball. He'll go to the rail. He'll go to the side rail over here and kick the 3. Look out for the white ball. Watch out.
He tries to hide the ball.
This is what Efren does so well. Yeah. Notice he's kicked the 3 ball and he's left a long, tough shot for Tony Ellin. He didn't scratch on it. He hit the cue ball at the right speed. The cue ball's against the rail, and Tony's got a long shot on the 3 ball. Now, if he can make it, if he can make the 3 ball, he's got a nice shot for the 4 ball because the 4 ball's in the middle table.
That's way to put this is he is going to make Ellin beat him. He's not giving him anything.
Definitely.
Great shot.
Tony's made a nice shot. Look out for the side pocket. Oh. Well, he's lucky there he didn't scratch. Although he had no choice. He had to just let the cue ball go.
Breathing a little bit easier after that nice kick off the pocket.
Tony's going to be forced to play a combination on the 5-9. After he makes the 4 ball in the corner, he's going to come over for the 5-9 combination, I believe. And he tried to come over. See, I believe he missed that ball. Watch out. Watch out. 4 ball may go. There it is. The colors.
You think that was the intention?
No, I know it wasn't the intention. But he, instead of playing the combination, he elected to go for the run out, and I think that's what forced him to miss the 4 ball in the corner, but he made it in the other corner, so it doesn't matter. Kind of a tough break for Efren, but a nice break for Tony Ellin.
You need those things when you're down 7-3.
It's a nice little force follow shot. He hit it hard and brought the cue ball perfect speed down. He had an angle on the 7. He'll bring the cue ball back up toward the middle of the table. A little bit. There you go. Perfect. We got a new ball game now, Dave.
Sure do. Because once this guy takes over the break, he can run a few. 7-4. It's certainly not danger for that man, Efren Reyes, but it's new life for Tony Ellin.
Dangerous part here, Dave, is anytime you step to the table, this guy's capable of running out, and so is Efren. Tony is capable of running out the match at any time because of his powerful break he has.
And we mentioned he has been able to come back several times this week. Efren Reyes hasn't really had to play behind it all in this tournament. We told you he's murdered everybody. The only time he was down in this game was 1-0. And it's a pretty clear table, but nothing fell.
It's a tough break for Tony because if he makes a ball there, he has a nice shot on the 1 ball. Now he has to be forced to sit down. He's left from a nice shot on the 1 where Efren bring the cue ball back over here for the 2 ball. This is the 2 ball here. Notice the long bridge.
Just did squeak in there.
Bounce off the rail. Now he's got the 3 ball down here. He's going to have to play position for it. So he's got an angle on the 2 ball, but he's going to have to do something with the cue ball here. He's going to have to elevate his cue and get some draw. And he's going to hit it very low with right-hand English, bringing it down to the side rail over here between where the 9 ball is. There it comes. Did he get there? Yes. That's a nice shot. But he still has his work cut out because the 4 ball is in a difficult spot. Because the 8 ball is blocking the pocket for the corner, so I think he's just going to bounce off the rail here for the 4 ball and come back. There it is. Very nicely done. He controls that cue ball so nice.
He's really on top of his game. He's made very few mistakes in this semifinal match.
Perfect position. And notice for the 6, the 8 ball is blocking the pocket for the 6 ball. The 8 ball here is blocking the pocket for the 6 ball to go in that corner. So I believe he'll play position for the 6 in the side. So he's coming around the table. Here's elected to go 3 rails. He really feels confident. He's elected to go 3 rails and play the 6 in the corner.
And that strategy really differs from some of the American players, doesn't it? They wouldn't hit as many cushions.
No, we wouldn't make the cue ball travel as far. You know, if you can make it travel just a little distance and get in position. That's basically how we play. But Efren likes to move the cue ball around. Notice he'll play the 7 in the corner and come off the rail and back out for the 8 ball. There it comes. Perfect.
It's a pleasure to watch this man operate.
It's a nice touch.
Efren Reyes looks unbeatable. He takes an 8-4 lead. It's the race to 9.
Score Reyes.
I believe Tony breaks balls better than big hard.